Hey Life Groups, this is Joel here, coming to you this week from Pastor Mike's office because Pastor Mike is on vacation and he's left his office nice and empty here with this nice desk and chair and stuff, and I just feel so much more official in his office. Maybe it's because he's got the cool map and not all the superhero toys that I have in my office. I feel a little bit more like an adult when I sit in this chair. But I hope you guys are having a great week and looking forward to having your discussion time as a life group tonight. It's been so rich going through Psalm 23, and we're here at the close of it to talk about how the Lord is such a good host to us, how he sets this table before us, even in the presence of our enemies. I think about life group hosts and how amazing you guys are. I actually hosted, my wife and I hosted our life group last week, and it's a lot of work. I was super thankful for David and Kristen who host week after week. It's a lot of hard work, but it's such a blessing as well to be able to do and gather together as family in the Lord. And so this week you guys will be doing something a little bit different. I wanted us to focus on thankfulness for the blessings that God has given us and the ways that He's prospered us and that mercy and goodness have followed us. And so we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to have you guys actually get out pen and paper. So if you guys have that host, if you're able to provide some pens and paper for the group, and you're just going to take a moment to write out spiritual blessings that God's giving us. How, just think of things like forgiveness, redemption. I don't want to take all of them, so I'll let you guys do that. But think of the spiritual blessings that we have in Christ. After a couple minutes, you guys just some quiet time writing a few of those things down. I want you guys to talk about them, discuss them. What are some of the things you came up with? And then just take a time of praying with just joyful thankfulness to the Lord for those spiritual blessings. You'll also talk about the connection between our obedience and God's blessings in our lives. What are some times in your life that you've seen those connections? And then what are some times where you've been obedient, but you feel like you haven't just circumstantially been feeling those kind of physical, tangible blessings of the Lord? It's still been, times have really still been hard, even though you've been obedient. What do we make of those things, and what kind of biblical examples can you think of? And then finally, you guys will close the night by writing down some of those tangible blessings in your life. What are some of the ways that you felt God prosper you? And I think, like Trent said, we're the richest people in the world, no matter what. If you've got a jar of change somewhere, I forget the stats, but we're among just the absolute just richest people in the world for even a simple thing like that. So just thanking the Lord for those blessings, and so you'll take a few minutes again of quiet time, just writing down a few of those things, then come together, talk about them, pray, take another group time of prayer together, thanking God for them. I'd ask that you guys thank God for your hosts as well. As God has been such a good host to us, think about how your host, the host of your life group, has really displayed his character and shown you a bit of who the Lord is by the way they've graciously hosted you. And so I hope you guys have a great night tonight, just a lot of prayer and really thanking the Lord, and let that build you guys up as a community of believers. Sometimes it's not always talking about the practical application to our lives, but just taking a moment to stop and thank God. I was talking with Pastor Tim over lunch, and I was discussing life groups and what direction I might go with questions. He was helping me think of things, and he just said, I was just thinking the other day about sometimes I rarely stop and think and just thank God for so many of the amazing blessings that He's granted to me. Often we just spend our times complaining about things that go wrong, but we don't think about just the smallest things, food that tastes good. God didn't have to make food taste good. He didn't have to make flowers beautiful, but He provides so many things for us. And so just to think on those things and let our hearts kind of just soak in thankfulness to Him tonight. I love you guys. Pray you have a great night, and we'll see you soon.